Hi everyone, I'm Lorraine from Simply English Edinburgh. Welcome back to my channel. And today, as Valentine's Day is just around the corner as I film this, I decided wouldn't it be nice to just throw on this heart dress, some heart earrings, and talk to you about some phrasal verbs regarding relationships and friendship. So when you're ready, let's get started. The first one today is to hit it off or to hit it off with someone. And this is a lovely phrasal verb. It basically means that you start a friendship or a relationship in a naturally friendly way. There are good vibes from the very beginning. So you could say, for instance, I met Mike after the match and we really hit it off. So from the first moment we met, there were good vibes, the atmosphere felt friendly and nice, so it's a really nice way to say that you started a good friendship or perhaps eventually a good relationship with someone. The next one we're going to look at is a little bit different. It is to fall in with, and this particularly goes with the wrong crowd. It's a very strong collocation to fall in with the wrong crowd, and this basically means that kind of through no particular fault of your own, but just through your environment, you ended up hanging around and becoming friendly with people who were perhaps a bad influence on you or encouraged you to go down the wrong path. So you typically hear of this about people when they're at school at a certain age. They're perhaps very easily influenced, and you might say, my brother fell in with the wrong crowd as a teenager, but thankfully those days are behind him. So another really good phrasal verb, and that is a particularly strong collocation. So the next one today was particularly popular or common in the United States, and I guess through watching films and TV series, it is a phrasal verb that we have adopted here in the British Isles as well. It is to hit on someone, and this basically means to make an advance towards them because you are attracted to them. So people would say things like, I always make sure I'm wearing my engagement or my wedding rings when I'm out because I don't want people hitting on me, meaning I don't want people making unwanted advances towards me. I think here in the UK it used to be much more popular to use the phrasal verb to chat someone up, and if you chat someone up, it means you basically try to flirt with them and you try to put on your best chat basically in order to woo them. So yeah, hit on is kind of, as I said, culturally more perhaps used or was more typical in the United States, and chat someone up more common in the UK, but that has changed a little bit of late. So next up we've got one that can be used with a couple of different prepositions. So it is to fall out. To fall out means to argue, and you can fall out with someone. For instance, I fell out with a close friend and it was very painful. And if you want to talk about the reason why you argued, why you fell out, you would use the preposition over. So for instance, we fell out over money. Okay, so you can use all of those even together in one sentence. For instance, I fell out with a close friend over money. So that's a really useful one, and hopefully then the next one is good for when that situation resolves. To make up, and again, to make up with someone means to resolve your issues, to become friends again, and that's what everybody hopes for in these situations. So again, for instance, I fell out with my friend over money, but we cleared the air and we made up, or I made up with her, she made up with me. We resolved everything. The past is in the past and we are friends once again. So one that is really part and parcel of life as you get older, and I think particularly if you kind of go down a different path to your friends or move to a different country is the phrasal verb to drift apart. And as I said, it's part of life, but it can be quite sad because this one just means that you are no longer as close as you used to be, just because life took you in different directions. So unlike the one we looked at before where you had an argument, you fell out with that person, that never happened. It's just kind of like I went to live in a different country and we drifted apart. You know, we didn't get to talk every day or see each other as often, and therefore it just wasn't kind of feasible to stay as close as we used to be. So quite a good one, a sad one, but part of life. And the next one is kind of similar, but I would say more maybe for romantic relationships, you know. The first phrasal verb we looked at today was to hit it off with someone. You know, you're getting on really well. Perhaps then you go on a few dates. And maybe after a few dates, you then realise, it's not going so well. We perhaps don't have as much in common as I thought we did. And maybe the relationship will fizzle out. So to fizzle out just means that the relationship has lost its spark, it has lost its intensity, and therefore you are no longer that interested in pursuing it. So I think this is really common in the kind of dating world that, you know, after a couple of dates, certain relationships will fizzle out. Okay, and the last two today are polar opposites of each other. The first of the last two is to hook up with someone, and this one means to have a casual relationship, usually sexual in nature, so it's a romantic one, but very casual, like a fling, brief, not serious. So yeah, a lot of people hook up with others when they're at university. It's kind of, you know, casual environment. You don't want to maybe take things too seriously. And of course, the exact opposite of that is to settle down, or again, to settle down with someone, which means you have decided this is the one, or at least the one for the time being, and you decide to start to build a life with this person. So, you know, you could say like he settled down very young, meaning he kind of met the woman or the man or whoever it was of his dreams, and they moved in together, they decided to live together and build a life together. So I hope you have found these phrasal verbs interesting. I have, of course, more on the channel related to the environment, crime, health, as well as various other exams. I think there are phrasal verbs for CAE, for CPE, so do check those videos out. And if you did like this video, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and leave me a comment letting me know what kind of video you would like to see next. As always, thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.